ratio. Today we'll be solving limits algebraically. So this is a problem we will be working on, problem 21 of our lab. As every math problem, we have a lot of steps that we have to do. The first step is to check if I plug in the limit that they're giving me, which is 2 on the x-axis, if it will be equal to 0 over 0, which is undefined. If it is undefined, then we will work on the next step that I will explain if we are in that situation. So, you plug in the 2 in all the x's. As you can see, this is how you plug it in. Then you will solve it. So 2 cubic, we get an 8, minus 2 times 2, 4, times 4, 8. 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 4, 16. So you get minus 16, and 4 times 2 is positive 8. And on the bottom, it's an easy one. 3 times 2, you get minus 6. So, as you can see, this will be 0 over 0. 8 minus 16 is negative 8, plus 8 is 0, and 6 minus 6 is 0. So, we'll be working on the next. Now we can work on step number 2. Since we got 0 over 0, which is undefined, we can work on the next step, which is just simply factoring, and at the end plotting in the 2 on the equation when you can't factor anymore, and you will get with the final answer. So, to begin, on the top we have 3 terms, and all of them have an x. So the first thing you want to do is take out the x. You take out the x, and you end up with x squared minus 4x, and at the end you won't have an x because you're taking out an x on every single term. Then over, you have 6 and negative 3, which can be written as well as negative 3x plus 6. So for not complicating yourself in later on the project, on the problem, you can take out the negative 3 instead of just taking out the 3, because having a negative x sometimes just complicates you. So let's just take out negative 3, which will end up in x minus 2. Okay, so then you can factor the terms on top. So you have to have 2 numbers that multiply and give you 4, and you add them up. You multiply and give you negative 4, and you add them up and it gives you positive 4. So you have the x. The terms obviously are x minus 2, x plus 2. At the end, on the bottom you have negative 3, x minus 2. So, next step, you can cancel out things. In this case, you can cancel out x minus 2, which will lead us to having x plus 2 over negative 3. That brings us to the last step. Here, as you can see, limit of 2. Since you can't factor anymore, you're gonna plug in the 2 on the equation, which will give us 2 plus 2 over 3. You can work with the parentheses first, which will be 2 over
I'm sorry, I just forgot the
negative. So you take out the parentheses, it will be 4. 4 times 2, 8. So at the end, the final answer of this tremendously easy problem is 8 over 3, and the 3 is negative. You can leave it as a fraction, you could leave it as a decimal, but I prefer honestly to leave it like that. So that's our first one.
And today we're going to differentiate this function. So using the differentiation rules, which are if y equals a over a to the n, y prime, which is the differentiated function, equals n times a to the n minus 1. So first we have to ready up the equation. At the beginning we're going to take out the x's from the roots and then bringing them on top of the function. So it will be 2 over x 1/3 minus 6 times x to the 1/3 over 5 plus 8 over x to the 1/4. After this, to be able to bring these two x's to the top of the fraction, we have to make the exponent negative, because when exponents are on the bottom, it means that they're negative. So this means it will be 2 times x to the negative 1/3 minus 6 x to the 1/3 over 5 plus 8x to the negative 1/4.
After simplifying our equation, now we are going to differentiate it with our basic rule that it's y equals a to the power of n, then y prime equals n times a to the power of n minus 1. So we are applying this law to each term. In this case, we are going to multiply negative 1/3 times 2, and then we are going to subtract minus 1 to negative 1/3, and this will give us negative 2/3 x to the power of negative 4 over 3, and we're going to do these steps in each term. The next term will be negative 6 over 15 x to the power of negative 2 over 3, and the last will be negative 2x to the power of negative 3 over 4. As you know, we cannot have negative exponents, so we're bringing them down. In this case, it will be negative 2 3x to the power of 4 over 3 minus 6 over 15x to the power of 2/3 minus 2 x to the power of 3/4. So we eliminated the negative exponents. After all these steps, we are now changing these fractions into roots. So this will change into negative 2 over 3 cube root of x to the power of 4 minus 6 15 cube root of x to the power of 2 minus 2 4 root x cubed. don't forget to simplify. The 6 we had and the 15 will turn into a negative 2 over 5 cubed root of x to the power of 2.